We've got tons of Julian-looking handles there. Actually, they don't look real good yet either, do they? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have to jazz these guys up. So what I've found is you can use an old ruler, will work, or a piece of stick with a hard edge. I find that the old rulers with the little metal tab on them look pretty good. Now, notice that what we've done so far is we've gone from thick to thin, so we want to repeat that kind of design here. So I'm going to take this area here. I'm going to do it. I don't want the 1, 2, and 3s on there. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to put it at about 20-degree angle, and I'm going to push in a little bit, and then pop it off there. And I'm going to do the same over here. And remember how we're going from thin to thick. If we look at this thing, it goes from thin to thick. It makes an embossed kind of idea. So we're going to do that on all of these. Now, you don't have to necessarily use the same technique that I'm using for these handles. And here's the one that we did that was the student handle. And we'll see if that might turn out kind of interesting. You just never know. But there we go. We're going to do this on all of these. And see how long, it doesn't take very much time to develop these handles with this thing. Now, if I don't want that little edge there, I can just use the regular edge of the stick. And it does make a little bit of a difference. We kind of have a double hesitant line when we have that little metal guide in there, and otherwise we don't. So there we go. We've got our handles. Now they look a little bit better. Now it's time to attach these. What we're going to want to do is to aesthetically get it to work with the thing is we need to pick a point. Now generally, if I'll go through here and I'll look at my pot. If it has a bad area, guess what? I'm going to hide it with the handle. Okay, if you've got a ding in it or you got an area you didn't like, use it for the handle. Now we've got to score this. What we're going to do is we're going to take the needle tool and we're going to come in, and I know that with these kind of cups, it's nice to have that handle higher, bring it up and bring it back down. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, I'm going to back myself up, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm really going to get in there and score this. So I'm going to really dig into that clay body, just like that. I'm going to dig in like that. And then I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to draw a line straight down to about there, and that's where I'm going to attach it at the bottom. Notice that I've got my hands all the way in, and I'm backing myself up inside here. Just like that. And I'm going to really dig in there. Don't be real light about this. Get in there and really remember we want to get a good weld in here. If we don't have a good weld, that handle is going to pull itself off of here. Remember all those forces around and down and back and forth in here that's happening with our pot. And I'll just brush those little crumbs off there. Next thing is we want to choose a handle. And I'm going to just kind of randomly kind of look at this and say, well, what's going to kind of fit? Possibly this one right here might. So we're going to take this thing, we're going to put it in our left hand, and we're going to make it look just kind of like a tongue. It's going to come up here, and I'm just going to stick it right there. I'm going to hold it right there, and then I'm going to push in and down and attach it, just like that. And it's just holding there. I can't hang on to it. Now I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to make that weld. So I'm going to back my hands up, and I'm going to work that clay down like that, and down like that, until it becomes part of the pot. Just like that. It's not real difficult. You just got to pay attention. You want to check all the details in here. Make sure that it becomes part of the pot. That it works with the same lines there. Get it there. Then we're going to come down to the bottom. I'm going to make sure that it's straight. Pretty straight. I missed my target a little bit. But that won't matter. It's still got some rough areas over here. Even if you had them all the way over here, it doesn't matter at this point. We're going to take care of that. So we're going to push that in and work that clay in there. You got a little bit of extra clay, you can just come in and fill in those little holes where I over scratched it, just like that. And we've attached that handle. Now, for insurance for me, and also kind of decoration, I can look at that and that looks pretty good. I come in and I put in some decorations on mine. I roll out a little snake of clay, and I roll out 3 little guys like that. Then I'm going to make these into little round balls. And I'm going to use them as a decoration and also as something to help secure this area here. What we're going to do is we're going to come in here, I'm going to place that over there, and I'm going to come in at an angle there and swipe that piece of clay right there. I'm going to do the same on this one, but I'm going to swipe it across that way with my thumb, just like that. And I'm going to put a third one in there. So we've got little decorations. That also helps secure that handle. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that, make sure I've got a nice smooth arc, that everything's kind of clean in here. And I've added that handle. Now, the rule of thumb, anytime we add a handle to something else, or another piece of clay, like these little decorations to something, we want to at least keep it overnight in a damp room or a plastic bag. So that this, which is a little bit more plastic, a little stiffer than this, will have time to catch up with itself and dry out and not crack and fall off. So there's our first cup.